Welcome to theFNtruth, where most topics are worth discussing, and I'm the master of none, but I'm a realist. I'm your host, Chris Hurst, aka CH, aka The Truth. Now these are my views and opinions, so don't sue me. So now, let's go. What up, what up? Another episode of theFNtruth. Trying to get this thing popping, trying to keep it off, get it right, get it off the ground. It's a process, but it's all good. I'm down with the long process. What's up, everybody? Today I want to talk about top athletes of my era. Again, this is of my era. I was born in '70. Understand that. So I'm not talking about people that I'm not dissing anyone. No disrespect. But here are some of the top athletes of my era. No particular order. I'm just calling out names that either I admired what they did or just admired them as a person. I gotta say Muhammad Ali. It's not much you can say about him. I mean, it's so much you can say about him. Let's put it that way. He was a great influence. One thing about Muhammad Ali that was really, really profound, not the fact that he was a great boxer, we all know that, but the fact that this man took a stand and did not want to fight in the Vietnam War. That's big. That's big, y'all. That's big. I mean, think about what's going on right now with Colin Kaepernick. So for him to take a stand at that time and say, he's not fighting this war. Viet Cong or whatever haven't done anything to him. That's big. That's big. So got to give it up to Muhammad Ali. One of the greatest athletes of my era. Rest in paradise. I wish I could have met him. He's definitely an inspiration. Another great athlete of my era is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan just had that killer instinct. Like when he got on the court, you knew it was going to be a highlight show. And one thing I liked about Michael Jordan was that, in my opinion, he made everyone around him better. He basically made them accountable. Steve Kerr got to get over in that corner and hit that three-pointer. You know what I'm saying? Scotty was his right-hand man. But together, as a whole, he won 6 championships, 6-0. You can't front on that. 6-0. Another athlete that I really, really admire and respect is Barry Sanders. And I know that, unfortunately, he won't go down as the top rushing leader of the NFL, but in my opinion, he is. In my opinion, Barry Sanders set the standard. Like, if he did not retire, we would be talking about Barry Sanders being the greatest running back to ever do it. Greatest. Unfortunately, he retired. But to me, he had a good 3-4 more years left. And if he would have stayed doing that, come on, man, we wouldn't be talking about Emmitt Smith. No disrespect to Emmitt, but we wouldn't be talking about Emmitt Smith. Because that record would be so far exceeded. It just, I'm sorry. So Barry Sanders is my man. I got to go on the track and field with Jersey's own Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis represented for Willingboro, and You know, he did his thing. Carl at one time was the man. He could not be beat, could not be touched. You know, but hey, as we get older, we all lose a little bit of something. But that man, you know, he was definitely the truth. You know, interesting. If Usain Bolt was around with Carl Lewis, who do y'all think would have won that race? Who do y'all think would have won? You know, I mean, everyone is probably going to say mostly Usain Bolt because he's more modern and, you know what I mean, and so he's more relevant. But if you think about Carl Lewis at that time, that man was the truth. He couldn't be touched. So Carl Lewis is one of my greatest athletes for track. Back to football. I gotta say, Jerry Rice. I mean, you know, hands down, the greatest receiver to ever do it. And by the way, I gotta give a special shout out to Joe Montana, because Joe Montana went 4-0, you know, in the Super Bowl. So I know everybody's talking about Tom Brady this and Tom Brady that. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not a big Tom Brady fan, you know, because in my opinion, some of those Super Bowls, you know, Deflategate, the Super Bowl that he, when they beat the Eagles, what was that, 2004? You know, they were cheating. So, you know, I'm sorry. So, can't really mention Tom Brady. Yeah, he's great at what he does, but can't really mention him. And back to boxing, I gotta say Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was a beast. He was a beast. Like, I remember watching his fights, and it was so crazy because if you leave the room to go to the bathroom, anything, or you get to someone's house late, the fight will be over. The fight will be over. Mike was knocking people out in about like 60 seconds. It was a wrap. So, got to give it up to Mike. You know, and I could say that during his era and during Muhammad Ali's era, these guys never sidestepped anyone. They fought the next opponent up, the next man up. You know, boxing to me is a little watered down because everyone's hand picking and hand selecting who they want to fight to get this perfect record. But in my opinion, you know, Ali is the best that ever did it, and he lost about, 5-6 times or something like that. So just because he lost does not, you know, make him any less, you know, of a boxer. He just fought whoever came in line. So I'll give it up to Tyson. I'll give it up to Ali. And one of the last people is Kobe Bryant. You know, Kobe Bryant won 5 championships. You know, he had that killer instinct like Jordan. It's like he emulated the best. And he did a great job at it. You know, Kobe, he left on top. And he was entertaining watching him, you know. So those are my top athletes of my era. And I also got to give a special shout out to Julius Dr. J. Irving. All right, he put Philly on the map. You know, he won our most recent championship, and that was like 82, 83, something like that. We haven't won a championship since then. So, I mean, we've been there, you know, against the Lakers, but we haven't won since Doc. So, I got to give a special shout out to Doc. You know, definitely put Philly on the map, and he's a class act. So those are my top athletes of my era. My era. These are my views and my opinions, so don't sue. And we'll talk about that again, because I'm sure people are going to leave comments about, oh, you left out LeBron, or you left out this, you left out that. LeBron is still playing. You know what I mean? You know, he's still playing. So everyone I mentioned, you know, they're retired or resting in paradise. So those are my views and opinions. So again, those are my top athletes of my era. So I'm out, y'all. Peace.